Hello and welcome back to Keyboard Hitter, and you are watching Keyboard Hitter package management tutorial series. So here in this video series we are talking about different package management tools available out there in the market. So far in the previous videos we have talked about Bower, NPM, and those video links are given there in the down description down below. So I request you, please go ahead and have a look. And in today's video we are going to talk about recently launched product Yarn that Facebook has developed, and Yarn is basically a replacement for NPM, and again it's a package management or dependency management tool. But unlike NPM, Yarn is much faster, reliable and secure, and I personally as a developer has experienced that Yarn has an amazing local caching system which makes Yarn much better and faster than NPM. Now what does it at all means? It means if you have a list of dependencies to be resolved, to be installed within your local machine, so if you have Yarn install, or if you do Yarn installs for the very first time, Yarn will go to the web repository and it will download those dependencies from the web for you. But at the same time, Yarn will create a local caching or local cache as well, and it will store those dependencies within its local cache, so that from the next time if you do Yarn install again with the same set of dependencies, so instead of going to the web, first it will check those dependencies are there in its local cache or not. Okay, so that is how Yarn is faster than NPM. And also there is another big reason which makes Yarn faster than NPM, and that is if you have a list of dependencies to be installed, so NPM will do them, or NPM will do install them one by one or sequentially, whereas Yarn will install them parallelly. I mean multiple dependencies will be installed with the help of Yarn at a single time. So that is, these are the things like which makes Yarn much better than NPM. And obviously there is another big advantage of Yarn, and that is if you have a list of dependencies to be installed, and for the first time if Yarn is able to install those dependencies within a machine, so it means Yarn will guarantee you that no matter how many machines you try with those same set of dependencies, Yarn will be able to successfully install them. So there is no failure. So if Yarn can install them once, it can install them multiple times or as many times you try. Okay, so functionality wise there are not much differences between Yarn and NPM, but performance wise there is a huge differences. Now so far we have talked about the theoretical explanations, so now it's time to go and see how practically Yarn work and how faster it is than NPM. So to install Yarn within your machine, you need to do npm install yarn space -g. Now this g -g is going to, what it's going to do, it's going to install Yarn into global scope within your machine, so that from any subdirectory or from any local folder in your machine you can access Yarn command and you can work around with Yarn. So once this installation will be completed, I'll be having Yarn installed in my machine, and we can see the Yarn version 0.24.5 got installed. So if we do Yarn versions, it will tell us the version. Okay, now we can see the folder behind is completely empty. So with the help of NPM, what we used to do, first we used to create a package.json file which used to hold the references of the dependencies installed. So same thing we are going to do, or we are going to create for Yarn as well. So likewise npm init, so we will do Yarn init, and it will ask us couple of questions. We can answer them or we can simply skip them. So end of this exercise we'll be having a file called package.json file, and this file is completely empty for now. It has no dependency references. So for example, like for npm we used to do npm install jquery. Okay, for Yarn it will be Yarn add jquery. So Yarn has replaced the command npm install with add, because add is easy to remember and it's in trend. Okay, now if we do Yarn add jQuery, so it will install the jQuery dependencies into this local folder. But with this, if we do save, so it's going to install it, and also it's going to have the references into package.json file. So if we open package.json file, so we'll get to see that jQuery dependencies got added within dependency section. Now what if we want yarn at knockout save? So again, it will fetch the dependencies for knockout, and it will install knockout into, or it will have the references, it will add the references into package.json file inside the dependency section. You can see knockout 3.4.2. Now here you need to notice or monitor one thing, that is, for the very first time the time is 2.17 seconds for knockout. Let's execute this command once again, and we can see a drastic change into the installation time, and it's almost 1.43 seconds, because as I said, Yarn has got an amazing caching mechanism. So for the very first time when we installed knockout, so it fetched those dependencies from the web, and it kept that dependency into its local cache. So next time when we did yarn at knockout, so instead of going to the web, it fetched those dependencies from its local cache and saved it. So that is how yarn is faster than NPM. Had it been NPM, for the both of this time, NPM would go to the web repository and it would fetch those dependencies, right? Now to remove this dependency, same yarn, instead of uninstall, here we have yarn remove. So it will remove jQuery references. So if we open package.json file, so we'll get to see there is no jQuery references available. Now likewise, for NPM to add any references into dev dependency section, we used to do npm install some file, then space save, then -- dev. So here we will do a yarn angular space -- dev. So it will install angular, I maybe misspelled it. Okay, yarn add, I missed the add command. Okay, so it will install the angular dependencies into the node modules folder. We can see angular here, and if we open package.json file, so we'll get to see angular reference got added inside dev dependency section. Now for you, if you don't know the differences between this dependency and dev dependency, actually this purpose of having these two dependency section, this dependencies for runtime use and this dev dependencies for the development purpose. So it means if you have any packages which will be used for development purpose only, for example grunt, gulp, so you'll keep those dependencies within dev dependency section, because those are not something the application needs to run, right? But if we have some dependencies like knockout, jQuery, angular, which are required to run an application, we will have these dependencies inside dependency section. Okay, so we saw the commands are almost same like npm in yarn, but performance wise, obviously yarn has done an amazing and great job, and we can see the performance changes, okay, into yarn, which was not there inside npm. So yarn is much faster than npm, and with that, as we say, like yarn is much secure. So how come? You can see yarn has introduced a new file, that is yarn.log. Now the problem that we had with npm was, if you open package.json file, so you will get to see a symbol, this up arrow symbol. It means if there is any upper version of knockout available, so next time if you do npm install, so it will download that upper version. So what if you remove all the other file, and if you have only the package.json file, now you share this package.json file with the other developers into your team, so maybe 2 months down the line, if the developer use this package.json file and do npm install, so as we have this upper arrow sign in beside this knockout, so that time if we have any upgraded knockout version available in the market, so it will download that. Okay, so end of the day you'll have a different version and your code developer will have something else, some upper version of knockout. Okay, so that will be we can say an inconsistency within your team, right? Now to solve that problem, Yarn has introduced yarn.lock. Now this yarn.lock is going to make sure that no matter, whenever you use this package.json file and do your installation with the help of yarn install, yarn is going to download the same version which is mentioned there over package.json file. So there will be no differences in dependencies versions into your from your machine and to your code developer's machine, right? So that's again a huge improvement in terms of performance and security. So right now we have package.json file. We have deleted the node modules folder. Now likewise for npm, we had a command npm install which used to read the package.json file and download all the dependencies. Similarly for yarn, we have here yarn install. It does the same job. It will read the package.json file, it will create the yarn.log file, and also it will create node modules file. Okay, so you can remove the node modules file, but you have to have these two files. So please have this yarn.log file along with the package.json file, because this log file is going to make sure that whatever the version is mentioned over there in package.json file, those versions only are going to get installed into your machine, no upper version or downgraded version. So having this yarn.log and package.json, both this file is very important. So that's it for now today. So I hope you liked this video, and if you found this video helpful, so please leave a thumbs up below, and please give your suggestion or feedback down there in the comment section below, and it will be a very helpful thing for me to improve my videos. And if you have any suggestion for me, like if you want me to cover a video on a particular topic, so please put that thing also in the comment section below, and I will try my level best to share whatever knowledge I have. So that's it for now. I'll come up with another episode from Keyboard Heater with another tutorial video. Till then, please keep watching. Take care, have a great day, and thank you very much once again for watching this video.